Something we've been talking about for quite some time, and that is your tax dollars in the state of Oregon paying for abortions. And I am really honored to have in the studio with us today two gentlemen who are the petitioners behind a measure to stop that. We have Lee Edwards with us and Jeff Jimerson with us today. And Jeff and Lee, nice to have you guys.
Thank you.
What brings you to Southern Oregon? You're kind of like on a little training mission, recruiting mission. What are you guys doing down there?
We're looking to build the troops. Yeah, we have a big project ahead of us in terms of getting this on the ballot, the November 2014 ballot, and we just need more people involved. So that's what we're here for.
Okay, and sure, Brian's the contact, right?
Brian's our local Medford champion. Yeah, one of them anyway.
One of them. Well, Lee, start with you. Tell us about the petition. What is it?
Well, our goal is to give taxpayers in Oregon a right to vote on whether or not they want their tax dollars to fund abortion. So currently, all Oregonians are basically forced to fund abortion in the state of Oregon. And this happened back in the early to mid 80s. And that's kind of been the case up until this day. So we're trying to give the people an opportunity to vote on this.
All right, so not have your tax dollars go towards this. Jeff, how many abortions are happening in tax funded?
Well, about 4,000 a year, which is about 11 a day, which is almost half of all abortions in the state of Oregon.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't really know how the money flows and really how it works, and it's really pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's all through the Oregon Health Plan. So anyone on the Oregon Health Plan can have an unlimited number of free abortions, free at taxpayer expense. There's no limits and no restrictions on that. So
wow.
we know how the money's flowing. Our website, if I can mention it,
sure.
Oregon2014.org, Oregon2014.org. Lots of good information, a lot of facts that you can download, share with people, because people just really don't know this is happening.
11 a day. It's a staggering number, and if you stop and do the math on that, you can figure it out yourself. But that is just amazing. What's an abortion cost? What's the Oregon Health Plan paying for?
The average price kind of goes up and down per year, but it's in the low $400 range for the last fiscal year.
All right. So how's the response been, Lee?
Well, I think this year it's been really good. When we started, we actually tried this petition for the last election cycle in 2012, and we started with about 6 months until the signatures were due, and we were able to get about 70,000 signatures, which was short, obviously, of the goal, but was really impressive considering, we started with no contacts, we had no financial resources, we had nobody supporting us, no groups, no anything. And then so we were able to kind of build up about 2,500 people participated in gathering signatures, a little over 300 churches. And so we pulled all that all those established relationships into this setting now. And so we have 9 months away, we've already got over 10,000 signatures, plus we have this huge momentum kind of from the last cycle that we did. So I think it's been pretty positive, but again, it just depends on your perspective.
Well, the other thing, and Jeff, you can speak to this. This is totally legal, pastors and lay people, to do in your church. This is an initiative. You can do petition drives in your church, right?
Absolutely, yeah. There's something you can't do as a pastor, which is endorse a candidate, right? You can't say vote for John Smith, but you can say sign this petition and vote yes on it. That's perfectly legal, yeah.
Okay, and you need how many?
Well, our goal is 150,000 signatures.
Okay.
We need 116,284.
Yeah.
That's because we're trying a state constitutional amendment. So the bar is pretty high. But like Lee said, we did 70,000 signatures last year in less time than we have this year
And using only volunteers.
Yeah. So we have a lot of confidence we can get it done.
Well, I believe you can, with God's help and everybody getting involved, and this is really a no-brainer. How do people sign up to get trained and do all the things you guys want them to do? What's the deal?
Well, if you live here in the Medford area, we want you to come and join us tonight.
Okay,
so
where?
We're going to be at Medford First Baptist.
Okay.
And that's at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a fantastic meeting. We did it last night in Grants Pass. We had just great response. So tonight, 7 p.m., Medford First Baptist. If you can't make it to that meeting, just go to our website, Oregon2014.org. Lots of good information. You can download a single signer petition sheet to print and mail back to us.
Okay.
or you can order petition sheets. We mail them out every Monday and Wednesday to volunteers all over the state. So just say how many you need, we'll get them in the mail to you.
All right, you have to be a registered voter.
Yes.
What else? Some of the other qualifications. Primarily, that's it?
To sign?
Yeah.
Registered and active, which I understand active means.
They've done something to participate in voting in the last 4 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you haven't voted in the last 4 years, you need to re-register to vote.
Okay, so registered and active. And again, to take away the fears, there's nothing that should be a concern to a church doing this, right?
Absolutely not. Yeah, this is a moral issue, first of all,
Yeah, sure.
and which is why many churches, whether you're Catholic or evangelical or something else, this is something that we need to get behind. We need pastors to catch the vision, but more than that, we need people within the local church bodies to say, I will lead this in my church. And so we want to equip those individuals to be able to take this information to their pastors, get permission,
Right.
and then organize volunteers to gather signatures after Sunday or Saturday services.
I would encourage, if you're listening and watching this today and you're kind of feeling the tug of the Lord to get involved, why don't you become the point person in your church? Go to your pastor and say, hey, look, Pastor, I'll take this on. I'll be there every Sunday. I'll collect the signatures. I'll take this on. If you'll just promote it from the pulpit and get the parishioners to sign. I mean, that's the easiest way to get it done and get
Absolutely.
thousands upon thousands. What does the actual petition say?
You want to take that, Lee?
Well, basically, there's the amendment itself, and this is a constitutional amendment that we're trying to pass. It says that no public funds shall be used to pay for any abortion. And then we kind of go through and define like what those different terms mean, like public funds and abortion. So there's an extended like page of text, but primarily what the amendment is just that simple.
All right, now you guys have been through the drill before. Did it make it to review legally, being constitutional?
Well, before they'll give you petition sheets
Yeah.
to circulate, the process is kind of interesting. You turn in 1,000 signatures, and you get, once you turn in that 1,000, then they start paying attention to you. And so we did that, and then the Attorney General and the Secretary of State have conversations back and forth, and if it is constitutional, meaning we're dealing with one subject matter, that's
Right.
really what they're looking for, then they approve the petition sheets. And so we've gone through that process.
So you've gone through that process. Is there any possibility of that being re-challenged at any level, as far as you know?
Well, you never know. I meon, someone could not like what we're doing and look for a technicality to file a lawsuit on, or you just don't know.
Right.
But the amendment text that we've proposed, we had it reviewed by multiple attorneys. We spent a long time writing that text, so we feel really good about it. And we don't know what the future holds, but we're going to give it a shot.
Well, I just think, quite frankly, of all the things that are on the table this election cycle, this is the most important one. I realize you're going to get behind candidates, and that's certainly important too, and you need to be involved in that. But as a moral issue, as it shapes the state of Oregon, this is, to me, the paramount issue. And whether or not the church community gets behind this is going to be critical. And I think that I look back at some of the things we've done in the past from the various petition drives that we've done. We know the numbers are there. We just flat know the numbers are there. If the churches participate in this argument, you guys have your 150,000. It's
Easy.
It's just simple as that. In fact, I remember when we were doing the same sex one, wasn't it 500,000 that they got in a short amount of time statewide through the churches, so we could do this again.
Yeah.
And I would really hope that you would do this and be a carrier in your neighborhood, be a carrier to your church, to your friends and your family. But if you're locked in, you say they can do just one, huh?
Yeah, just one. You can print it, mail it back to us. Go to the website and click on, if they're in Jackson County, viewers, click on Jackson County and you can see exactly how many signatures we've received so far. So we're keeping the website up to date so we know.
Wow.
So those who are helping know where we're at. So Josephine County, Douglas County, we're at yesterday also. Yeah, we want to make information available to people, so check it out.
All right, and those of you listening and watching up and down the coast, whether you're in Curry County, Douglas County, of course you're in Josephine County, over in Klamath County, same thing goes. Go to Oregon 2014, that's Oregon2014.org. check out your county. And I think you have a goal there for each county, too. I forget what it is. Brian usually tells me what. Do you know what it is?
Just about 10,000 for Jackson County.
For Jackson County?
Yeah.
Whew. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. And, well, when you look at the amount of registered voters, it's a piece of cake. We should get it done and nothing flat. And so let me encourage you, again, if you're listening and watching along the coast, because the Dove is heard from Charleston all the way down to Crescent City now. So all you coastal folks, go to Oregon2014.org. You folks over in Klamath Falls, go to Oregon2014.org, and of course Jackson and Josephine County as well. And let's get this thing signed up. And again, we got about a minute and a half, guys, but help me and help our viewers and listeners get their head around 11 abortions a day being paid by their tax dollars.
Yeah.
It's actually almost half of the abortions in the state of Oregon every year are paid for by tax dollars, which is, it's interesting that over the last few years, last 5 years, there's been actually a decrease in the total number of abortions in the state of Oregon. But at the same time, there's been an increase in the number of tax-funded abortions.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So in one measure, we could save over 4,000 lives.
Yeah, you know, so this is a real critical point. This isn't a ban on abortion, so it's simply a stopping of the public funding of abortion. So people will still be able to choose whatever direction they want to go. But we do think that this will reduce the number of abortions in the state.
Yeah, and that's a critical point. This isn't a ban on all abortions, just to stop your dollars for paying for them. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a choice that we taxpayers should have, don't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's probably why it got through the attorneys and the Attorney General and the Secretary of State, because it is a right, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Lee and Jeff, thanks, guys. And again, the website is Oregon2014.org. Check it out. And again, tonight, 7 o'clock, First Baptist Church. And what's going to happen there, quickly?
We're going to train, we're going to talk, we're going to pray. It's going to be really encouraging, and I know if you go there, you're going to walk away feeling inspired about this.
All right. And if you are the appointed person for your church, this is a must meeting. If you're going to be the person as the point person at your church handing out these petitions and seeing that there's a sign, check it out tonight at First Baptist Church. Lee and Jeff, thank you guys, okay?
Thank you very much.
Blessings on you. We'll see you next time on Focus Today.